Hi everyone, Lauren here, and welcome to the last episode of In the Know Green Living. Today we're talking about all things pet care, but with a focus on sustainability. If you have a furry, feathery, or scaly best friend, you definitely want the best for them. That doesn't just mean the products that they interact with every day, but also the environment that they live in. When it comes to pets, there can be a lot of waste and impact, from bathroom breaks to toys, but there are more sustainable options available. When buying supplies and food for your pet, one of the biggest factors in creating waste can be overbuying. We want our pets to have the best, but do they really need 50 toys? And if they do, can they be more environmentally friendly? For dogs, instead of plastic chew toys, opt for items made from natural materials, just like the cotton dog rope toy from Package Free Shop. And when buying toys for your pets, always make sure that you have durability in mind, so you're buying products that don't need to be replaced often. Be sure to keep track of what supplies you have and what you're running low on, so that you're never overbuying or stocking up on duplicates that'll go to waste. With plastic dog toys, they break down into tiny pieces when they're not on, and the broken pieces end up in a trash bin and ultimately in a landfill and amongst nature, or worse, inside of your pet. A lot of traditional pet foods will come packaged in large plastic bags that actually aren't recyclable. But I've been making this homemade recipe for my dog Rose for 4 years, and not only does she love it, but it's also completely zero waste because I can compost everything I need to make it, and yes, even the bones. Not only is this more environmentally friendly, but it saves me hundreds of dollars per year. So let me show you how I make Rose's zero waste dog food. You'll need 1 whole chicken, a half cup of chopped carrots, 3 to 4 potatoes, 1 sweet potato, 1 zucchini, 1 can of green beans, and 1 can of peas. Boil your chicken on a low or medium heat for 1.5 hours, and while this food looks like it could be for you, remember it's for your pet, so don't add any extra salt or spices. In the meantime, roughly chop your veggies besides the peas and green beans and put them in a separate pot to boil on medium heat for about 30 minutes or until soft. And remember, when chopping up your veggies, if you have any scraps, you can take them and put them in your compost bin. Once the chicken is fully cooked, remove it from the pot to cool and strain the broth and store them in a container for later. Once cool, shred the chicken and combine with the veggies. It's important to remember that bones aren't accepted by all compost drop-off locations, so it's important to check with your local composting service to make sure you can drop them off. Otherwise, what I do at home is use an at-home industrial composting machine that breaks down the bones so they can go in any municipal compost. To give you an idea of serving size, I use about 1 cup of food for my dog Rose, who's about 35 pounds. When serving, I cover the food with the chicken broth for easier digestion and extra nutrients. Now, when I serve this food to Rose, I make sure to opt for metal or ceramic dishes instead of glass or plastic for any of the food or water. Not only is plastic sourced from fossil fuels, but many plastics also leach harmful BPA into your pet's food and water. If you're ready to make food for your pet, or you want to avoid meat-based food, you can go to an amazing website called Balanceit.com to find endless balanced recipes with a huge variety of ingredients to ensure you're making nutritionally complete meals for your best friend. Did you know that America's pets produce about 5.1 million tons of waste a year? If that were all thrown in the trash, it would rival the total trash production of Massachusetts. Try to eliminate single-use and non-compostable plastic bags for your dog's waste and use compostable bags instead. If you have a cat, look into corn-based litters as an alternative to clay-based. If you do have the space, do your research into how animal waste can be used in compost or even flushed down the toilet as opposed to being sent to landfills. Taking care of your pet and leaning towards sustainable practices not only benefits your pet, but also the future of other furry friends. Taking care of your pet and the planet has never been easier. I'm Lauren, and this has been In the Know Green Living. See you next time.